What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You know what time it is? It is time to break down everything in the wrestling game scene, as we got a brand new episode of Wrestling Games News Roundup. A lot to talk about today. Big teases for upcoming wrestling games. A brand new wrestling game was just revealed this week. The latest big details in regards to AEW games and the console game itself. What are the next and expected major reveals for WWE 2K22? And a bit more. So you guys know what to do. Make sure to have those notifications turned on, and if you want even more wrestling content, consider checking out and subscribing to the second channel. And let's start off with the latest for AEW games. Just over a week and a half ago, we ended up getting the brand new footage for the AEW console game featuring Darby Allin, a couple of new games animation, the game style of it, and so on. We ended up doing a full breakdown of it on our previous wrestling games roundup. So check it out if you haven't. But soon after that, what we're going to be talking about today is what Tony Khan had to say about the AEW games and his investment for it, which truly tell us just how dedicated he is for it, considering that investment actually got the company on red right now when it comes to profit for this year. AEW President Tony Khan recently spoke with Mike Johnson of PW Insider and revealed that the company has invested $20 million into their video game projects, and went on to reveal why he is so committed to it. He was asked to explain the video game investment and his thought on people who pointed to the company being in the red as a sign that something is wrong. Tony Khan talked about how the wrestling side of the company is profitable this year and how he thinks it's comical for people to criticize the video game investment that he has made. He stated the following: "I have made this huge investment in video games, and it's comical to me that anybody would try to pull it. It goes to show that I think people will try and take a negative out of a positive sometimes, because this is a hugely positive thing." He went on to explain that this year's investment is just that. It's an investment that he's gonna see the profit for next year, especially after the brand new game comes out. It is going to pay off huge, he said. "I have made this huge 8-figure investment in video games because that we won't see any revenue from that until 2022. But in 2022, it will be a huge year. We will start seeing the receipts of the games, and we have a great TV contract." He went on to reveal interesting info indicating that they have made a $20 million investment into Epic Games, noting that this is worth a lot more than 20 millions now. He talked more about the growth and how 2022 will be a huge year for the company. He went on to promise that AEW would deliver a great console video game for people next year, and that is when they will make a ton of money from. He went on to give a massive credit to Kenny Omega and the team that he has put together, that of course being alongside with Yuke's, to create the new AEW console game. Again, this to me kind of shows that at least Tony Khan is willing to risk it and not make a lot of profit this year, because he wants to invest it in giving us a video game, because he believes in that. He believes in that community and how much is gonna benefit AEW. So far, what we have seen from the game is obviously early footage, but it is looking good, and we know that with Yuke's being part of it, there's already a good foundation there. There are a team that is able to pull off and give us a good wrestling game, so I can't wait to see what else they end up showing us. Onto some other news of Virtual Basement, who of course got the Wrestling Code game being developed. They ended up dropping a lot of teases this past week and a half. It was revealed that they are headed to New York with motion capture gear to film a special announcement. We don't know specifically what that announcement is, but they did indicate that they did their first in-ring motion capture, so that is already kicking off. The biggest tease that got everybody talking though, it was a simple tweet of a gold medal, which is definitely a tease of someone who's gonna be in the game, but we just don't know who exactly. Of course, the biggest speculation is that it will be Kurt Angle, because let's be honest, if you are a pro wrestling fan and you see some gold medals, Kurt Angle is the first thing that you think of. The second best speculation will also be Mark Henry, but again, we just don't know. Kurt Angle is a possibility considering that he is no longer with the WWE. It is likely that he will return and maybe be a backstage agent and so on, considering that he hasn't signed with any other company. But we just don't know just yet. If they manage to lock him in, that will be awesome. And for Mark Henry, he just signed with AEW, so we will definitely see him on the AEW game. But we don't know if they have any extra restrictions, which might mean that he might not make it to Virtual Basement Wrestling game. But again, guys, this is all speculation. We don't know if it's Kurt Angle. We don't know if it's Mark Henry. We don't know who it is. I hope this tease does get to be revealed soon. Onto some other news, there is a brand new women's wrestling game being developed. And do keep in mind that everything is on early stages, so there is no release date and there is no platforms for it, as everything is just too early. This game has been revealed to be called the Violent Sirens, and it is an original all-female roster pro wrestling game coming soon. Developed as a solo dev project built in Unreal Engine 4, with an attempt to revive the classic feeling of the PlayStation 2 wrestling games in a modern era. So it's gonna be going for that fast-paced arcade style gameplay feel. Once we get more information, I will of course let you guys know of it, and I'll keep you guys posted right here on our Wrestling Games Roundup. The last thing that we are discussing is WWE 2K22. With the recent releases, the roster concern and the roster speculations continues on who's gonna make it into the game and who's not. So again, we're really waiting for that roster reveal and wondering when it's gonna happen. And just recently we had an interesting article from Game Rant suggesting that 2 months from now on SummerSlam, a major reveal will be going down. Obviously none of this is confirmed, it is just speculation as of right now, but let's take a look and I'll give you guys my thoughts on it. Article states the following: WWE SummerSlam is one of the biggest wrestling show of the year, and WWE 2K22 fans might be interested in watching this year's edition. WWE is set to hold its annual SummerSlam event this coming August. SummerSlam is traditionally one of the biggest shows, and to add to that, we obviously got reports indicating that WWE wants to make that event this year's WrestleMania. They went on to add that gamers who are looking forward to WWE 2K22 might also want to keep their eyes peeled on the show. No release date has been set in stone, but the week of SummerSlam could hurdle some big news for the new wrestling game. And what a big reveal they're speculating that is the roster reveal. They indicated that because August has been an important time for WWE annual game series, and since 2K Sports tend to reveal the roster for WWE 2K games in August, again, their speculation is that that roster reveal will be happening around that week of SummerSlam. This is a fair guess, but again, it is just a guess. Nothing has been confirmed. Personally, I think that we should be getting the cover reveal before the roster itself. If we're going just by history, then technically towards the middle of July is when we really get that big reveal of the cover star. So I will put that as our next big reveal that could be coming in the next couple of weeks. We have gotten a decent good amount of behind the scene footage already, and I feel like maybe we haven't gotten anything the last couple of weeks, because the next reveal is gonna be a major one. It's gonna be the second biggest since the initial reveal, which was the trailer at WrestleMania. So to recap, I feel like in this upcoming month of July, that cover star could be the reveal. Then next month, I would love to see the roster reveal, but I will also love to see a brand new trailer, maybe at SummerSlam. It will make sense considering how big SummerSlam is gonna be this year. So that is just my thoughts on it for the time being. When it comes to the recent releases, of course, I do hope that many of those superstars that were let go do make it into the game, but it's all going to depend on whether or not they end up in a different company and whether or not WWE is gonna approve it for them to be in the game, which again is another reason why I just cannot wait to see the roster reveal for this year, because there's gonna be so much changes, so many superstars being left out, which I hope leads to them adding just a lot of extra NXT superstars, NXT UK, and a lot of extra legends matches that we haven't seen in forever. Anyways, guys, that is all the latest. If you guys enjoyed or found this informative, don't forget to elbow drop it. And to continue being up to date on all the latest AEW games, WWE 2K22 news, and so on, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't just yet. I'll catch you on the next one, so stay savage.